before the doors unlocked. The flowers were already awake. Buckets lined the tiled floor, filled with lilies, tulips, daisies, and roses. Tiny drops of water clung to every stem, like the morning hadn't finished its conversation with the night, ribbon curled beneath my scissors. One careful loop at a time. Every bouquet begins looking exactly the same. Flowers before sunrise, before sunrise, waiting quietly for hands I've never met. Some will celebrate, some will comfort, some will simply say, I'm thinking of you. Flowers before sunrise, never ask where they're going. One order, read congratulations. Another only listed a room number. No message, no signature, just white lilies wrapped in brown paper. I tied both ribbons with equal care, because kindness should never depend on the occasion. Petals don't choose the stories they enter. Flowers before sunrise, before sun. Every stem carries hope in a different language. Joy, grief, apology, gratitude, all bloom with the same quiet beauty. Flowers before sunrise, teach my hands gentleness every day. When I opened the front door, the street was almost empty. Across the road, a bookstore lamp flickered off. The city was changing shifts without saying a word. Flowers before sunrise, before sunrise. Soon they'll rest on kitchen tables, hospital rooms, wedding halls, and quiet graves. I won't know their endings, only that for a moment they were held with care. Before sunrise, that's enough for me. The sign turned to open, the first bell rang, and another story walked inside. silence, and tick again. A tiny bell above the door announced another morning. Pocket watches shared a shelf with worn-out clocks that had forgotten how to sing a silver wristwatch. Lay open, its heartbeat scattered across soft velvet. Some repairs required, nothing more than patience. Time rarely breaks, it's only our clocks that do. The watchmaker on Cedar Street, Cedar Street, listening for rhythms too small to see. Every ticking hand, every quiet spring, finding its place again. The watchmaker on Cedar Street never hurried time. An elderly woman placed a watch on the counter. It stopped the day my husband passed away. I nodded, not because I understood everything, only because some stories deserve gentle hands. When it finally ticked, she closed her eyes before she smiled. Sometimes we don't fix the memory, we simply help it keep moving. The watchmaker on Cedar Street, tiny gears turning softly like forgiveness, learning its own rhythm. Every clock returns to someone waiting to hear it breathe again. The watchmaker on Cedar Street measured care more than hours. Outside, a taxi rolled by, its headlights crossed the window for a second. Every clock shined together as though the whole shop had remembered morning. The watchmaker on Cedar Street, no one leaves with extra time, only with hope that theirs will keep walking beside them. Every heartbeat, every second, every ordinary day is worth listening to. The watchmaker on Cedar Street locked the door while the clocks kept singing. Tick, tick, tick. The street walked home with time once more. The rain had stopped hours ago. Still, someone knocked. A yellow umbrella, missing one spoke, leaned quietly against my chair. Its owner said, "Take your time," as if there were still storms worth preparing for. Needles, thread, patient hands. Some things are repaired without making a sound. The weather changes faster than people do. Every umbrella leaves differently. Some return next season, some never do. I don't remember every face, but I remember the colors they carried. Every umbrella knows its way home. A little girl held one tightly, though the sky had turned blue. Her father smiled, she thinks it keeps the sunshine from escaping. I laughed and tightened one last stitch before handing it back. Children teach ordinary things extraordinary meanings. Every umbrella leaves differently. Some shelter a first kiss, some protect a final goodbye. Most simply walk beside ordinary days, and that's enough. Every umbrella carries more stories than rain. When I close my little shop, the hooks hang empty. Tomorrow the city will borrow my hands again. Every umbrella leaves differently, yet everyone returns me to the same small doorway. Perhaps no one remembers who fixed them, but somewhere someone walks home dry because I did. Every umbrella opens like a quiet thank you. A light went out inside the shop. The clouds moved on. Morning opened slowly like curtains across the skyline. A taxi crossed the river bridge, the meter reset to 0. A blue apron caught the scent of fresh coffee. A name tag waited inside a coat pocket. An umbrella shop unlocked its weathered door. Books found their first readers. Flowers met the morning light. Clocks remembered their steady song. bicycle turned the final corner before the city forgot how quiet it had been. No one noticed how many lives were beginning at once. A city full of strangers, walking different streets toward different dreams. Some carry coffee, some carry flowers, some carry nothing but hope. A city full of strangers learning each other without knowing. The traffic lights changed their patient colors. Windows opened one by one. Someone laughed above a bakery. Someone cried behind a curtain. Someone whispered, "See you tomorrow." Someone answered with a wave instead. The city held them all without asking their names. Perhaps home isn't a place. Perhaps it's the kindness we leave behind. A city full of strangers, every ordinary day built by ordinary hands. The smallest gestures quietly keeping the whole place alive. A city full of strangers, never truly separate. If you looked from high above, you'd only see tiny streets, tiny lights, tiny people. But down here, every heartbeat was the center of someone's world. A city full of strangers. No statues will remember these names, yet every smile, every open door, every quiet kindness will travel farther than anyone knows. A city full of strangers, never asked to be extraordinary, only to keep showing up for one another. The sun climbed higher, the streets grew louder, the stories went on long after the song was over. The door slid open without a sound. Morning waited outside. White hallway lights stayed behind as daylight settled on the sidewalk. I slipped my name tag free, turned it around and clipped it back. For 12 hours everyone knew who I was. Now the city didn't need to. A coffee cup warmed my hands better than the rising sun. Sometimes that's how I remember my own name. The bakery unlocked its door. Fresh bread filled the air. A cyclist waved without knowing how much that simple gesture could lighten a tired morning. Outside the cafe, the barista smiled before asking, "What can I get for you?" As though he'd already noticed the night still resting on my shoulders. Kindness often arrives looking completely ordinary. A name tag turned backward. The morning asked nothing of me. No alarms, no monitors, no hurried voices, only birds finding their first song. A name tag turned backwards, made room for silence again. Tomorrow I'll pin it straight and answer to that name all over again. But this walk belongs only to me. A name tag turned backwards. The city never noticed that tiny change. But somewhere between the hospital and home, I became more than what I do. A name tag turned backwards didn't hide who I was. It simply let me be. The coffee cooled, the morning brightened, and another shift quietly became yesterday. The broom paused before the sunrise. So did I. The sidewalks still shimmered from last night's rain. Paper cups and fallen leaves gathered quietly along the curb. The city always left little reminders that someone had been here before morning. A wooden bench waited beneath an old maple tree, long enough for tired feet to remember stillness. Even the busiest streets need a moment to breathe. 5 quiet minutes on a park bench. The city kept moving without asking where I'd been. A paper cup of warm coffee left beside me without a word. 5 quiet minutes, sometimes that's enough to begin again. I looked around, but whoever had placed it there was already gone. The lid still carried a little warmth. The sleeve read only just handwriting carefully pressed across cardboard. Not every kindness needs to be witnessed to be real. 5 quiet minutes on a park bench. The broom rested against my shoulder like an old friend waiting patiently. The streets would still be there when I stood again. 5 quiet minutes became the lightest part of my shift. Across the square, the flower shop unlocked its door. Someone waved without knowing I'd been smiling for the last few blocks. 5 quiet minutes on a park bench. The city will never know why today felt easier. Maybe it wasn't the coffee, maybe it was remembering that strangers can care for strangers. 5 quiet minutes before sunrise stayed with me long after the streets were clean. The cup was empty, the broom was light. Morning had finally arrived. Nine o'clock, the sign turned from open to tomorrow. The last customer left in a hurry, a forgotten receipt still resting between the pages of a poetry book. I straightened crooked stacks, one shelf at a time. Books have their own way of settling in, like old friends finding the same chair every evening. Silence sounds different when it's shared with stories. The bookshop closed at 9, closed at 9. The lights grew softer, but the stories stayed awake. Some people take books home, some books take people somewhere else. The bookshop closed at 9, but imagination never locked its door. A little girl reached for the highest shelf before her father could lift her. She chose a book far too heavy for her hands, yet carried it like treasure. I smiled and found a smaller copy hidden behind the row. She looked at me like I'd performed a magic trick. Sometimes being remembered begins with a small kindness. The bookshop closed at 9. Outside impatient reader, waiting for another chapter. Every bookmark, every folded page, every handwritten note became a quiet conversation. The bookshop closed at 9. The stories never did. I turned off every lamp except one, not for customers. For the books, somehow they looked less lonely that way. The bookshop closed at 9. Tomorrow morning someone will open a novel and meet a version of themselves they didn't know was waiting. The door may close each evening, but every story leaves with someone who needs it. The bookshop closed at 9. The city kept reading. The key turned, the window dimmed. One lamp across the street was still on. The grinder hummed before sunrise, like it already knew the morning's rhythm. A blue apron hung beside the door, still carrying yesterday's scent of espresso and vanilla. The first cup was never ordered, it was simply made for the old man who always arrived 5 minutes early. He never asked for anything different, neither did I. Some mornings begin long before the first hello. Blue apron, warm coffee, steam rising into sleepy light. Every cup leaves my hands carrying a story I'll never hear. Blue apron, warm coffee. Some names fade, some orders never do. A young woman still wearing a hospital badge wrapped both hands around her mug as though she were warming more than fingers. She smiled when I placed a butter croissant beside her cup. I didn't order that. You looked like you forgot breakfast. She laughed for the first time that morning. Kindness sometimes arrives without appearing on the receipt. Blue apron, warm coffee. The table by the window waits for familiar faces. The city wakes one sip at a time. Blue apron, together. Someone once asked how I remembered so many orders. I almost answered, I don't. I remember people, the coffee just helps me find them. Blue apron, warm coffee. Blue apron, warm coffee. The cups return, the mornings change, the seasons pass, yet kindness still tastes the same. Tomorrow someone new will open the door, thinking they're just buying coffee, never knowing they've already been remembered. The bell above the door rang once more. The espresso machine sighed, and another ordinary day began. The meter blinked, 11:47. One last ride before home. The backseat carried a paper bag, still warm from the bakery. A woman leaned against the window, watching storefront lights slide across the glass. Neither of us felt the need to fill the quiet. Some conversations are kinder when they never begin. The city changed colors at every red light, like it couldn't decide whether to sleep or stay awake. One last fare across the river, across the river. One more bridge, one more street, one more story passing through. The meter counts the minutes, but never what they mean. One last fare before morning, one more stranger trusting me to find the way home. She asked me to stop outside a flower shop, already closed. A single bouquet still waited behind the glass. She smiled almost to herself, then whispered, maybe tomorrow. I drove on without asking who the flowers were for. Some destinations are places, some are decisions. One last fare across the river, across the river. Street lights painted golden lines across the hood like quiet promises. Every passenger leaves behind a little silence that isn't theirs to keep. One last fare before sunrise, another page I won't The tired smile left a little extra on the seat. Not enough to change my week, just enough to remind me kindness rarely arrives in large amounts. One last fare across the river, across the river. Tomorrow someone else will sit where she sat, bring another story, another silence, another reason to keep driving. The meter will start again at zero, but I know no two journeys ever do. One last fare before home. Sometimes the road remembers the people better than they remember the road. The road. The receipt printed, the meter dimmed, the engine idled for a moment before the city asked again. The sky wasn't blue yet, only quieter. A bicycle basket carried headlines, still folded in neat rows. The streets belong to birds and distant buses, more than people, one porch after another. One newspaper after another, a rhythm as familiar as breathing. Some mornings arrive in silence before the world finds its voice. A newspaper at dawn, landing softly on another doorstep. Tomorrow's stories waiting quietly beside yesterday's welcome at a newspaper at dawn. Always arrives before anyone knows what the day will become. Outside the cafe, a blue apron turned the sign to open. The flower shop lifted its shutters across the street. A taxi stopped at the corner long enough for someone to step inside. The city was waking, one familiar face at a time. No one noticed how perfectly their mornings fit together. A newspaper at dawn, carrying more than headlines, tiny moments already happening before they could ever be written. A newspaper at dawn couldn't tell the whole story of the city. By the final house, the basket had grown like the sun, had finally arrived right on time like it always had, without asking for applause. At dawn, some stories make the front page, others simply make the world kinder. Perhaps the finest headlines are never printed, only lived. A newspaper at dawn, folded gently into another ordinary day. The bicycle turned the corner, the city finished waking up. Before the doors unlocked, the flowers were already awake. Buckets lined the tiled floor, filled with lilies, tulips, daisies, and roses. Tiny drops of water clung to every stem, like the morning hadn't finished its conversation with the night, ribbon curled beneath my scissors. One careful loop at a time. Every bouquet begins looking exactly the same. Flowers before sunrise, before sunrise, waiting quietly for hands I've never met. Some will celebrate, some will comfort, some will simply say, I'm thinking of you. Flowers before sunrise, never ask where they're going. One order, read congratulations. Another only listed a room number. No message, no signature, just white lilies wrapped in brown paper. I tied both ribbons with equal care, because kindness should never depend on the occasion. Petals don't choose the stories they enter. Flowers before sunrise, before sun. Every stem carries hope in a different language. Joy, grief, apology, gratitude, all bloom with the same quiet beauty. every day. When I opened the front door, the street was almost empty. Across the road, a bookstore lamp flickered off. The city was changing shifts without saying a word. Flowers before sunrise. Before sunrise. Soon they'll rest on kitchen tables, hospital rooms, wedding halls, and quiet graves. I won't know their endings, only that for a moment they were held with care. Before sunrise, that's enough for me. The sign turned to open, the first bell rang, and another story walked inside. And silence, and tick again. A tiny bell above the door announced another morning. Pocket watches shared a shelf with worn-out clocks that had forgotten how to sing. A silver wristwatch lay open, its heartbeat scattered across soft velvet. Some repairs required nothing more than patience. Time rarely breaks, it's only our clocks that do. The watchmaker on Cedar Street, Cedar Street, listening for rhythms too small to see. Every ticking hand, every quiet spring finding its place again. The watchmaker on Cedar Street never hurried time. An elderly woman placed a watch on the counter. It stopped the day my husband passed away. I nodded, not because I understood everything, only because some stories deserve gentle hands. When it finally ticked, she closed her eyes before she smiled. Sometimes we don't fix the memory, we simply help it keep moving. The watchmaker on Cedar Street, tiny gears turning softly like forgiveness, learning its own rhythm. Every clock returns to someone waiting to hear it breathe again. The watchmaker on Cedar Street measured care more than hours. Outside, a taxi rolled by, its headlights crossed the window for a second. Every clock shined together as though the whole shop had remembered morning. The watchmaker on Cedar Street. No one leaves with extra time, only with hope that theirs will keep walking beside them. Every heartbeat, every second, every ordinary day is worth listening to. The watchmaker on Cedar Street. Lock the door while the clocks kept singing. Tick, tick, tick. The street walked home with time once more. The rain had stopped hours ago. Still, someone knocked. A yellow umbrella, missing one spoke, leaned quietly against my chair. Its owner said, "Take your time," as if there were still storms worth preparing for. Needles, thread, patient hands. Some things are repaired without making a sound. The weather changes faster than people do. Every umbrella leaves differently. Some return next season, some never do. I don't remember every face, but I remember the colors they carried. Every umbrella knows its way home. A little girl held one tightly, though the sky had turned blue. Her father smiled. She thinks it keeps the sunshine from escaping. I laughed and tightened one last stitch before handing it back. Children teach ordinary things, extraordinary meanings. Every umbrella leaves differently. Some shelter a first kiss, some protect a final goodbye. Most simply walk beside ordinary days, and that's enough. Every umbrella carries more stories than rain. When I close my little shop, the hooks hang empty. Tomorrow the city will borrow my hands again. Every umbrella leaves differently, yet everyone returns me to the same small doorway. Perhaps no one remembers who fixed them, but somewhere someone walks home dry as I did. Every umbrella opens like a quiet thank you. A light went out inside the shop. The clouds moved on. Morning opened slowly like curtains across the skyline. A taxi crossed the river bridge, the meter reset to 0. A blue apron caught the scent of fresh coffee. A name tag waited inside a coat pocket. An umbrella shop unlocked its weathered door. Books found their first readers. Flowers met the morning light. Clocks remembered their steady song. A bicycle turned the final corner before the city forgot how quiet it had been. No one noticed how many lives were beginning at once. A city full of strangers, walking different streets toward different dreams. Some carry coffee, some carry flowers, some carry nothing but hope. A city full of strangers, learning each other without knowing. The traffic lights changed their patient colors. Windows opened one by one. Someone laughed above a bakery. Someone cried behind a curtain. Someone whispered, "See you tomorrow." Someone answered with a wave instead. The city held them all without asking their names. Perhaps home isn't a place. Perhaps it's the kindness we leave behind. A city full of strangers. Every ordinary day built by ordinary hands. The smallest gestures quietly keeping the whole place alive. A city full of strangers, never truly separate. If you looked from high above, you'd only see tiny streets, tiny lights, tiny people. But down here, every heartbeat was the center of someone's world. A city full of strangers. No statues will remember these names, yet every smile, every open door, every quiet kindness will travel farther than anyone knows. A city full of strangers, never asked to be explained. after the song was over. The door slid open without a sound. Morning waited outside. White hallway lights stayed behind as daylight settled on the sidewalk. I slipped my name tag free, turned it around and clipped it back. For 12 hours everyone knew who I was. Now the city didn't need to. A coffee cup warmed my hands better than the rising sun. Some uniforms stay at work long after we leave. A name tag turned backwards. One small motion before the walk home. The streets didn't know my title, only my footsteps. A name tag turned backwards. Sometimes that's how I remember my own name. The bakery unlocked its door. Fresh bread filled the air. A cyclist waved without knowing how much that simple gesture could lighten a tired morning. Outside the cafe, the barista smiled before asking, "What can I get for you?" As though he'd already noticed. The night still resting on my shoulders. Kindness often arrives looking completely ordinary. A name tag turned backward. The morning asked nothing of me. No alarms, no monitors, no hurried voices. Only birds finding their first song. A name tag turned backwards, made room for silence again. Tomorrow I'll pin it straight and answer to that name all over again. But this walk belongs only to me. A name tag turned backwards. The city never noticed that tiny change. But somewhere between the hospital and home, I became more than what I do. A name tag turned backwards didn't hide who I was. It simply let me be. The coffee cooled, the morning brightened, and another shift quietly became yesterday. before the sunrise. So did I. The sidewalks still shimmered from last night's rain. Paper cups and fallen leaves gathered quietly along the curb. The city always left little reminders that someone had been here before morning. A wooden bench waited beneath an old maple tree, long enough for tired feet to remember stillness. Even the busiest streets need a moment to breathe. 5 quiet minutes on a park bench. The city kept moving without asking where I'd been. A paper cup of warm coffee left beside me without a word. 5 quiet minutes, sometimes that's enough to begin again. I looked around, but whoever had placed it there was already gone. The lid still carried a little warmth. The sleeve read only "Have a better day." No logo, no name, just handwriting carefully pressed across cardboard. Not every kindness needs to be witnessed to be real. 5 quiet minutes on a park bench. The broom rested against my shoulder like an old friend waiting patiently. The streets would still be there when I stood again. 5 quiet minutes became the lightest part of my shift. Across the square, the flower shop unlocked its door. Someone waved without knowing I'd been smiling for the last few blocks. 5 quiet minutes on a park bench. The city will never know why today felt easier. Maybe it wasn't the coffee, maybe it was remembering that strangers can care for strangers. 5 quiet minutes before sunrise stayed with me long after the streets were clean. The cup was empty, the broom was light. Morning had finally arrived. The sign turned from open to tomorrow. The last customer left in a hurry, a forgotten receipt still resting between the pages of a poetry book. I I straightened crooked stacks, one shelf at a time. Books have their own way of settling in, like old friends finding the same chair every evening. Silence sounds different when it's shared with stories. The bookshop closed at 9, closed at 9. The lights grew softer, but the stories stayed awake. Some people take books home, some books take people somewhere else. The bookshop closed at 9, but imagination never locked its door. A little girl reached for the highest shelf before her father could lift her. She chose a book far too heavy for her hands, yet carried it like treasure. I smiled and found a smaller copy hidden behind the row. She looked at me like I'd performed a magic trick. Sometimes being remembered begins with a small kindness. The bookshop closed at 9. Outside, rain tapped the front window like a patient reader, waiting for another chapter. Every bookmark, every folded page, every handwritten note became a quiet conversation. The bookshop closed at 9. The stories never did. I turned off every lamp except one, not for customers. For the books, somehow they looked less lonely that way. The bookshop closed at 9. Tomorrow morning someone will open a novel and meet a version of themselves they didn't know was waiting. The door may close each evening, but every story leaves with someone who needs it. The bookshop closed at 9. The city kept reading. The key turned, the window dimmed. One lamp across the street was still on. The grinder hummed before sunrise, like it already knew the morning's rhythm. A blue apron hung beside the door, still carrying yesterday's scent of espresso and vanilla. The first cup was never ordered, it was simply made for the old man who always arrived 5 minutes early. He never asked for anything different, neither did I? Some mornings begin long before the first hello. Blue apron, warm coffee, steam rising into sleepy light. Every cup leaves my hands carrying a story I'll never hear. Blue apron, warm coffee. Some names fade, some orders never do. A young woman still wearing a hospital badge, wrapped both hands around her mug as though she were warming more than fingers. She smiled when I placed a butter croissant beside her cup. I didn't order that. You looked like you forgot breakfast. She laughed for the first time that morning. Kindness sometimes arrives without appearing on the receipt. Blue apron, warm coffee. The table by the window waits for familiar faces. The city wakes one sip at a time. Blue apron, warm coffee, quiet rituals holding strangers together. Someone once asked how I remembered so many orders. I almost answered, I don't. I remember people, the coffee just helps me find them. Blue apron, warm coffee. Blue apron, warm coffee. The cups return, the mornings change, the seasons pass, yet kindness still tastes the same. Tomorrow someone new will open the door, thinking they're just buying coffee, never knowing they've already been remembered. The bell above the door rang once more. The espresso machine sighed, and another ordinary day began. The meter blinked, 11:47. One last ride before home. The backseat carried a paper bag still warm from the bakery. A woman leaned against the window, watching storefront lights slide across the glass. Neither of us felt the need to fill the quiet. Some conversations are kinder when they never begin. The city changed colors at every red light, like it couldn't decide whether to sleep or stay awake. One last fare across the river, across the river. One more bridge, one more street, one more story passing through. The meter counts the minutes, but never what they mean. One last fare before morning, one more stranger trusting me to find the way home. She asked me to stop outside a flower shop, already closed. A single bouquet still waited behind the glass. She smiled almost to herself, then whispered, maybe tomorrow. I drove on without asking who the flowers were for. Some destinations are places, some are decisions. One last fare across the river, across the river. Streetlights painted golden lines across the hood like quiet promises. Every passenger leaves behind a little silence that isn't theirs to keep. One last fare before sunrise, another page I won't read again. She thanked me with a tired smile, left a little extra on the seat. Not enough to change my week, just enough to remind me kindness rarely arrives in large amounts. One last fare across the river, across the river. Tomorrow someone else will sit where she sat, bring another story, another silence, another reason to keep driving. The meter will start again at zero, but I know no two journeys ever do. One last fare before home. Sometimes the road remembers the people better than they remember the road. The receipt printed, the meter dimmed, the engine idled for a moment before the city asked again. The sky wasn't blue yet, only quieter. A bicycle basket carried headlines, still folded in neat rows. The streets belong to birds and distant buses, more than people. One porch after another, one newspaper after another, a rhythm as familiar as breathing. Some arrive in silence before the world finds its voice. A newspaper at dawn, landing softly on another doorstep. Tomorrow's stories waiting quietly beside yesterday's welcome at a newspaper at dawn. Always arrives before anyone knows what the day will become. Outside the cafe, a blue apron turned the sign to open. The flower shop lifted its shutters across the street. A taxi stopped at the corner long enough for someone to step inside. The city was waking, one familiar face at a time. No one noticed how perfectly their mornings fit together. A newspaper at dawn, carrying more than headlines, tiny moments already happening before they could ever be written. A newspaper at dawn couldn't tell the whole story of the city. By the final house, the basket had grown light. The sun had finally arrived, right on time like it always had, without asking for applause. At dawn, some stories make the front page, others simply make the world kinder. Perhaps the finest headlines are never printed, only lived. A newspaper at dawn, folded gently into another ordinary day. The bicycle turned the corner, the city finished waking up.